And there is some breaking news just coming in. The JDU has upped the ante against Manjhi. JDU, RJD and the Congress have held a joint march to the governor's house against Manjhi. The JDU, RJD and Congress supporters are marching towards the governor's house as we speak. Those are live visuals that we're getting to you on your screens from Patna at this point in time. And bringing us all the latest on these big political stories, my colleague Manjhi Singh, who's joining us live from Patna. Manjhi, the JDU, the Congress and the RJD together upping the ante against Jitan Manjhi. We understand that they are in fact holding a march to the governor's residence. Take us through the latest.
That's right. The MLAs are holding a march from Nitish Kumar's residence right to the Raj Bhavan, which is actually quite a short distance. But a show of strength from the JDU camp here. JDU leaders along with the delegation of all its allies is marching towards the Raj Bhavan, clearly trying to build up a lot of pressure on the governor so that he could consider what Nitish is saying. The majority is with him. He has the numbers, and so they would be pressurizing the governor by a show of strength to consider Nitish Kumar's proposal.
All right, a show of strength by the JDU along with the Congress and the RJD that appears to be supporting Nitish Kumar. The Nitish camp, remember, claims that they have the support of 130 MLAs, 100 from the JDU, 24 from the RJD and 5 from the Congress and 1 from the CPI. This as opposed to Jitan Manjhi, who claims at this point in time that he has the support of 87 BJP MLAs. Manjhi Singh is still live with us. Manjhi, all eyes will really be on the governor now, whether this political crisis in fact does go up to the floor test, or whether Nitish Kumar can stake claim to power after that meeting with the governor.
That's right. In fact, we are joined by a senior minister at the central government, Ram Vilas Paswan, who is also the head of the LJP, and we'll speak to him right away and ask him, sir, a show of strength by the Nitish Kumar camp. They are actually parading all the MLAs. What do you have to say? What option does the governor have?
No, that is meaningless. On the road, you can't show your strength. The only place is Vidhan Sabha. And Chief Minister has already announced that on 20th, the strength will be shown. So let us watch till 20th, and I think that Governor will also should say the same things, because the Supreme Court has also given judgment that only place is the floor of the house. So either you parade to the Governor house or you parade to the President house. It does not have any meanings.
So here you can hear Mr. Paswan also stating the same thing that Jitan Manjhi is saying, that the show of strength should be actually in the assembly, on the floor of the house on the 20th. He is saying that Nitish Kumar can parade the MLAs, but that is not a constitutional process. And he is also stating the Bomai judgment, saying that it is Mr. Manjhi who should be given the chance, and he is backing Mr. Manjhi 300%.
All right, Manjhi Singh there in that exclusive conversation with Ram Vilas Paswan, who, but obviously is backing Jitan Manjhi. He is saying that this march to the governor's residence, which is being staged at this point in time by members of the RJD, the JDU and the Congress party to the Raj Bhavan is quite pointless. It is unconstitutional, is what Ram Vilas Paswan is saying. He's also adding that this show of strength should in fact be seen on the floor of the house. Manjhi, you've been tracking political developments on this story. You've been speaking to your sources, within the JDU. Clearly, the JDU appears to be split down in the middle. But what are you hearing from the governor's house? Which way is it really likely to be? Is today going to be decision day, or is this something that is in fact going to carry on to the 20th of February? And is there going to be a vote on the floor of the house?
If you look at the previous judgments, clearly in front of the governor there are many options, but he would actually be using precedence rule as the last resort. So he will be giving the two leaders a chance. Now the question is, which is the leader who should get a chance? We have with us Mr. Paswan. We'll ask him, Mr. Paswan, who do you think the governor should give a chance? Is it Mr. Manjhi, or is it Mr. Nitish Kumar, who is actually going with a strength of 130 MLAs as he claims?
So I told you that it is clear the governor will have no option, but only option he will ask to show the strength in the house. If the chief minister has got majority, he will remain the chief minister. If the Nitish Kumar camp will have majority, he will resign. This is clear.
But he's also been expelled from the party. Mr. Manjhi has been expelled from the JDU. These are all the evidences that Mr. Nitish Kumar is going to give the governor.
No, who has expelled him? Raj Yadav can't play both the role. He has played the role of the leader of the house. Leader of the house was and is CM Jitan Manjhi. How can President call the legislative party meeting? So this meeting was itself unconstitutional, and governor will look in all the matters, and he will see that there are three options before the governor. One option is that he will ask to show your strength in the floor of the house. Second option is that if he feels that there is horse trading and there can't be a stable government, he can either impose president rule or he can also dissolve the house. But the first option, I think, the constitutional provision is that to show your strength in the house.
In the house. So that's what Mr. Paswan is also stating, that Mr. Manjhi should be allowed to prove his majority in the house. And with the LJP, he's clearly saying, backing Mr. Manjhi, we know that the LJP and the BJP are actually watching from the stands. It will be crucial what role they will be playing on the 20th.
All right, Mausami Singh there joining us live from Patna. She has spoken exclusively to Ram Vilas Paswan, who has in fact expressed support for Jitan Ram Manjhi. Paswan there coming out and saying that constitutionally the governor is in fact obliged at this point in time to in fact have a vote on the floor of the house, and each leader should be allowed to come forth and prove their majority. Thanks, Mausami, for joining us with those updates. It's a major day of political developments in Bihar. Jitan Ram Manjhi has been expelled from the party. The party has cracked the whip after Manjhi refused to step down as the state chief minister to facilitate the reinstatement of Nitish Kumar, from whom, remember, Manjhi had taken over the reins. Manjhi, who's called for a trust vote on the floor of the house, is at Raj Bhavan. And as you can also see on your screens at this point in time, the RJD, JDU and Congress also staging, in fact, a march towards the Raj Bhavan. Let's just listen in to KC Tyagi explaining why Jitan Ram Manjhi was in fact expelled from the JDU.
श्री शरद यादव जी ने श्री जीतन राम मांझी को अनुशासनहीनता के आरोप में पार्टी की प्राथमिक सदस्यता से अविलंब प्रभाव से निष्कासित कर दिया है। श्री शरद यादव को ये अधिकार पार्टी की धारा 23 की उपधारा 3A के तहत प्रदत्त है, जिसमें पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष इमरजेंसी पावर का यूज करते हुए आर्टिकल 23 का किसी को भी पार्टी से निकाल सकते हैं, कोई भी नियुक्ति कर सकते हैं और संगठनात्मक और लेजिस्लेटिव स्तर के सभी फैसले ले सकते हैं। ये हमारे पार्टी के संविधान में लिखित है धारा 23 के तहत।
Big political story that we're tracking. The JDU has upped the ante against Manjhi. The JDU, RJD and the Congress are leading a joint march to the governor's house against Jitan Ram Manjhi. The JDU, RJD and Congress supporters on your screens, they're marching towards the governor's house. This as Jitan Ram Manjhi had in fact sought a meeting with the governor straight after landing in Patna. Remember, Nitish Kumar is also likely to be meeting the governor anytime soon. My colleague Mausami Singh, who's tracking developments on this story, also spoke exclusively with Ram Vilas Paswan, who has in fact said that it is unconstitutional to remove Jitan Ram Manjhi. Remember, he was expelled from the party about 2 hours ago. He's also gone ahead and said that the majority should in fact be proved on the floor of the house. So will the governor now ask for a majority to be proved on the floor of the house by the two leaders, or will a decision be taken anytime today, is of course the big question that remains to be answered. We'll be tracking political developments from Bihar very closely.